Because
That's the beginning of the cleverness.
if you do this, it's like the sign.
Clever.
Clever.
I'm feeling very clever.
Are you? I need clever answers from you today.
No, he's loaded. He's got a lot of anecdotes, puns,
What is his
limericks,
Yeah.
onomatopoeia. What else you got today?
Multiplicity.
Palindromes.
Yeah, palindromes.
What about the equal time agreement?
The equal time boombox agreement doesn't apply in this case, all right? That's just for recreation.
Oh, come on!
Hey, we got a lot of lines to paint, and it's a very long road. I suggest you start the machine and keep it going.
Okay, Alvin,
Yeah.
you have your tool belt on backwards.
Well, I really like the movie. I think I actually told you on Twitter that I liked the movie.
Oh, yes, thank you.
It's obviously a remake of the Icelandic movie. So what is it about a movie when you see it that you're like, I want to remake this? What were you so inspired by?
Well, I was inspired. It's based on this Icelandic film called Either Way, and I was really inspired by kind of the stripped-down quality of a movie that doesn't burden itself with a lot of logistics and isn't overwhelmed with high concept, but is really just a true character piece. And this was an opportunity for me to take two great actors that I really liked, Emile Hirsch and Paul Rudd, and put them in a location that I thought was fascinating. The aftermath of this wildfire has kind of swept through this forest, and we're in the shadows of these, skeletons of pine trees, and it's just it's simultaneously beautiful and disturbing, and to have these characters that kind of contrast their landscape and contrast each other, let them loose. When I saw the film, it was really inspiring in a way that I thought maybe I should just put my signature on it, personalize a little bit, and spit it out for the American audience.
Well, talk about the pros and cons of literally having only one co-star. Is that hard? Is it more pressure, do you think?
Well, the pros are that you get to work with an actor like Paul Rudd, who's so sharp and funny and just a great dancing partner in every scene. And the cons are just that, I don't know, your set romance is just with Paul. No, I don't know.
A bromance.
Yeah, which is a moderate con.
I think it's part of the charm of the movie is that there's nowhere to go, and these characters are in an isolated environment, looking at each other and really butting heads, and that's where a lot of the fun of the movie comes from, is that they don't get along and they don't see eye to eye on anything, and the audience kind of has that too. There's nowhere to escape. There's no, there's no big sequence that you can use as your device. You've really got to get intimate with these two dudes and see how they, literally just kind of go at each other's throats about various things, just from they're painting yellow stripes on a line, and how their work effort and their personal lives start to kind of intersect, and I think that's where the real roller coaster of the film comes from.
Well, if you guys had to pick someone to be isolated with in a forest for a week, who would it be?
Wow.
Oh, I think I'd just pick David.
Okay.
Right now.
See, I'd hang
He's
out.
like, I wouldn't pick you.
No, I would not pick you. My granddad would take good care. He was a good trapper and hunter, and he could. I know I'd eat. We'd make swamp rabbit tamales, and we'd eat like kings.
Good survival skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you stick
You don't
with your...
think that we'd catch snapping turtles together?
No, you'd be farting and stinking me out of the tent. I don't need that.
Another...
Maybe you do.
Or
Maybe you
I
do. Maybe the three of you. Well, another part in the movie is you see Paul Rudd get this breakup letter from his wife. What's the most awkward way that you guys have ever broken up with someone when you were younger? Or that someone broke up with you?
I think by slingshot, maybe.
Wait, how does that work?
Well, you get hit in the head and you get the idea of what's going on.
So you got shot with a slingshot, or you fired it?
I'm not going to say.
No, the letter is actually taken from a personal experience that I had. So I think the awkwardness that's reflected is also reflective of the awkwardness of my life and romantic escapades.
And what do you guys hope that the takeaway message is of the movie?
It's not a movie that really has anything like heavy-handed and on a tray ready for the audience. I think it's just got a lot of things to think about, and I think there's a balance of not only the relationship between these two male characters, but their girlfriends back home and their relationships that aren't with them right now. So I think if there's anything that it says to me, it's kind of looking at your personal life and looking at yourself and how that's reflected by your relationships, and sometimes that's people that you got to sweat it out the day, doing whatever your job is, and sometimes it's the sweetheart at the other end of the phone, or the one that you go see at the end of the day, and it's not always so sweet. Sometimes it gets a little salty.
And lastly, in the theme of a remake, if you could remake together any one of your past movies, What would you do and what would you change about it?
I don't know. Maybe we could remake The Darkest Hour. I think that would be kind of fun. Just because we wouldn't set it in Moscow, though. We could maybe set it in, you know, another location.
I'd remake Speed Racer, but with you on a bike.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. That's good.
What about Girl Next Door?
Iceland.
Yeah.
I want to know where, is it Matt? Was that your character's name?
Yes.
And Danielle?
Yeah.
Where would they be?
Gosh, I don't know. We could, I don't know.
You guys
What
could do
do
some
you
cool
think?
stuff.
They'd be dead.
We'd make them, they'd be zombies.
They would be zombies.
Yeah.
Well, I
The
just thought-
zombie next door.
I'm just need an adventure.